This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. As always, it is very much appreciated. I hope you're all doing well this Friday evening. Everything is all right in the world. The Height of Fashion line is back on the Derby Trail. Fantastic to see their performance today. But enough of that. That's for the future, hopefully. Today on the YouTube channel, I'm going to bring you another possible ahead of the Australian Oaks, which actually takes place tonight at Morphettville in South Australia. But before that, you know now, I always like to mention my own personal Patreon channel before we get stuck into the Classic Watch stuff. Newman Racing, it's called, over on Patreon. It's if you're a National Hunt fan, then really the Patreon is for you more than the YouTube channel these days. There's very little National Hunt stuff talked about on the YouTube channel these days. So that's one advantage to it. Another advantage is it is where all the yearly reviews take place of all the horses. You know, I can be quite stubborn in my horses. You know, I follow horses for years. You know, I only get off them at certain times, end of the season, basically. So if I identify a bad horse that runs a lot of the season, I'm sort of saddled with it all year. You know, so they are quite important regarding my processing. So they will normally take place on Patreon as well. There's resources over there as well. Plenty of free content as well. Me banging on about horses. Sometimes I've even put up the odd selection video before the race just to try stuff out, really, regarding recording and things like that. I might do another one this coming weekend, actually. So, yeah, Newman Racing, it's called Patreon. Bit of a mishmash of content, but I was going to say, I do suggest that people go and check it out. It might be for you. You know, it's rude of me not to mention it. But this video, obviously, like I've already said, is all about Classic Watch and where can this year's Classic Watch be found. ClassicWatch26.great/site.net is where people can find this year's Classic Watch. The Roll of Honour hasn't been updated since the last video yet, but I imagine there'll be some horses put on tonight on the Australian section, and maybe in a week's time or so, there's plenty of classics coming up. 2 in the UK and 2 in the US. And the week after that, 2 in France. So the Roll of Honour today could look a lot different than what it looks like in a fortnight's time. But ClassicWatch26.great/site.net. You'll see the horses from Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, and where else? Japan. Sorry, my mistake. I'm thinking now this one's given me a little bit of a problem because it's done the same as Oh Hope He Wins. And I put that one on the New Zealand page. What am I going to do with this one? Because this horse is interesting. Paltrow Miss is the name of the horse, trained by Kieran Marr out of Ballarat, a 3-year-old filly, sired by Circus Maximus, very well-bred stallion, 1X stallion, who won some good Group 1 races, and this year has already sired the winner of the Irish Derby, New Zealand Derby, out of a dam called Tantalising, who herself was sired by Savabeel. This horse has had 3 runs in its career, 2 wins and a second, never out of the first 2 in its life. The horse also, though, has never raced at pattern level. So as a consequence of that, the horse has only won 67,374 Australian dollars up to this stage. Very interesting horse, though. Again, I will mention that RaceNet have ripped everybody off because people cannot see the full form of the horse now. Just get rid of the no one wants to see the barrier trials. Just put the races on. But that's why they include them. You see, now people have to sign up to get the full form. But luckily, I found this site here, racing.com, which means that RaceNet probably won't be used much. But after the next Australian season, because I'm already halfway through the season, you see, so I probably have to bear with it. But I did find it on racing.com, Paltrow Miss. People will see that the owners of the horse as well, it's owned by a few people, it's fair to say. I think it's a syndicate horse. It's a fairly average site anyway. Don't even tell you everything on the same page. It's owned by a selection of people, you know, so that'll please my site as well, hopefully. Get all them on the list of the owners section. But yeah, very interesting horse, Paltrow Miss. 2 out of 3. The horse actually made its debut in New Zealand. Yeah, that's why I couldn't really get anything on there. I only sussed out that was a Kiwi race after that. So obviously people had to head over to look at the horse on the New Zealand site to find it. You see there, the horse was owned by MD Lewis, PH Pollock, DW Smith and BM Wilson, and bred by J.A. Nichols out in Australia. But it was soon switched after it won first time out. It won in a 6 furlong maiden at New Plymouth on the 24th of May 2025. So it's got a bit of speed. Well, it had a bit of speed in 2025. And that was its only run in New Zealand. And since then, you see, they've give up following it. The horse has since gone to Australia. Didn't really run again for a while then, nearly a year off, which is unusual in Australia. The horse wasn't seen again then until the 11th of March 2026, where she ran in a benchmark 64 race only at Sandown for 3-year-old fillies. She managed to win that day to take her record to 2 out of 2. That's all they can do at this stage, isn't it? But then, sadly, her last run, 3 weeks ago, she was freshened up, and she turned up in well, excuse me, I'm assuming that's an open handicap. First time I've used this site, I'm not entirely sure what I'm saying. It's hard to talk when you're not sure what you're going to say. I don't script these videos. Paltrow Miss, you'll see there, she ran in a handicap, so I'm assuming that's like an open handicap, worth £150,000 at Caulfield. Over 1 mile, 1 furlong, and she can only finish second on that day, suddenly beaten and losing her unbeaten record on the day. But yeah, they seem to be slowly but surely stepping her up into it, don't they? 6 furlong on debut, 7 furlongs on her second start, and now 1 mile and 1 furlong. No, 1 mile and half a furlong, 1,700 metres on her next start. This race is only 1 mile, 2 furlongs. It's a 2,000 metre race. It's not a mile and a half race, this, Oaks, sadly. So she hasn't got as much distance to find as others would think who were watching this video. Always check the distances, like the Japanese Guineas. I was backing Japanese horses in the Japanese Guineas for 5 years before I even realised the horse wasn't a mile. You know, it's so easy to do. You've got to double click everything, double check, cross the I's, dot the T's, whatever the saying goes. But yeah, I'm going to chance this horse, I think, in this video. You know, but why not? It's rude not to. I do think it's a well-bred horse, and it's also quite closely related to a horse that we chanced on previous editions of Classic Watch as well. So unfortunately, the other horse has never won a pattern race, and it has been beaten in a benchmark of 64. I mean, the handicap last time out, it won a benchmark of 64. An indicator, possibly, of the strength of this race could be the entries that the horse has got. You'll see that the horse not only is entered in the Sportsbet Australian Oaks on the 25th, where she's around a 12-1 shot at the moment, that she's also entered on the Caulfield Heath for a benchmark of 70 handicap on the 29th of April. So they're telling us there that the Australasian Oaks really is the equivalent of a handicap in New South Wales. You know, these are theoretical drops in classes we're seeing now, I think, in Australia. We've got a few Queensland classics coming up soon as well. So we might be trying to pinch one here with a filly that could be a handicapper in New South Wales. But it'll be interesting to see how the filly goes. Paltrow Miss, you'll see the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database have already sort of lost track of the horse. 1 start and 1 win for 11,200 New Zealand dollars. No record of it being transferred or racing in Australia at this stage. But what we can find out, what we need for our video, is the dam line of the horse, which is 2F, the dam line of Paltrow Miss. What we're going to do in this video is, like I said, this one is very closely related to a previous video that we've done. So this video really is only tying up a few pedigree loose ends, really. And then we will watch the horse Paltrow Miss win twice. We'll watch it win first time out in New Zealand, and then we'll watch it win a handicap in Australia. And then we will think about ending the video. But yeah, interesting horse, I do think, for a variety of reasons, not all good. So let's get started. The first dam, Tantalising, a mare born in 2014, sired by Savabeel out of Suru. Suru, a dam sired by Pivotal and foaled by Alabak. Tantalising in her career, raced 11 times in New Zealand, 3 starts, a win and a third. 5 out of 11 starts in the first 3. for career earnings of 35,625 New Zealand dollars. See there, no black type form, unfortunately. The horse bred and owned by KJ Hickman out in New Zealand. The second dam of the horse we're going to take a look at now is Saru, a mare born in 2007, sired by Pivotal, like I said, out of Alabac, who is a dam sired by a Riverman. Saru, the second dam of our horse, is actually unraced on the track, no appearances whatsoever. But I did find a couple of horses in between the second and the third dams that I might have missed in the last video. Look at Sefri, a gelding born in 2010, sired by Jazil out of Tassil. People will see that Alabac is the second dam of this horse. Sefri raced 26 times in his career, 5 wins, 3 seconds and 5 thirds. 13 of 26 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of $250,307 although the horse raced in France and the UAE. Decent horse Sefri on his day, managed to win at 3 the 2013 Prix Degree and was second in the Group 3 Prix La Force. At 4, the horse was placed in 2 championship prep races, and at 6, the horse managed to win the 2016 Group 3 Jebel Ali Mile, and the horse was also third in the listed Jebel Ali Stakes, over 10 furlongs, formerly owned by Hamdan Al Maktoum and bred by Shadwell. Interesting horse, but yeah, it did quite well, winning a Group 3 and a listed race, the gelding. Another one I found has won pattern races a lot recently than that. Spicy Lou, a filly, born in 2022, sired by Tagaloa, out of a dam called All Salsa, an Australian bred dam foaled in 2010. People will see that Alabac is the third dam of this horse, so it definitely took some digging. Spicy Lou has raced 8 times in her career, managed to win 4 starts, 4 out of 8 starts, winning for prize money of $319,875 Australian dollars in her career. Decent horse, Spicy Lou. Last year she won the Group 3 Ethereal Stakes and the listed Fernhill Mile. So Group 3 enlisted winner there on this dam line, 2025. I'm assuming she's still going round at this stage. But yeah, Tagaloa was never a sire I'm that confident with at this stage. So enough to chance her. I've never even noticed her before. But yeah, she's a decent filly, Group 3 and listed winner as well on this line. The third dam of the horse now, Alabac, a mare born in 1996, sired by a Riverman out of a dam called Salsabil, who herself was sired by Sadler's Wells out of Flame of Tara. Alabac raced quite well in her career, 10 starts in her career, 3 wins, 3 seconds and a third. 7 out of 10 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of £72,216 UK pounds in her career. Alabac managed to win the Group 3 Premier Beguta in Italy, as well as the listed Pretty Polly Stakes at Newmarket in England. The horse was also placed at Royal Ascot, third in the Group 2 Ribblesdale Stakes of 1999 and was fourth in the 1998 Fillies Mile. Horse owned by Hamdan Al Maktoum and bred by Shadwell. Good horse she was, and she bred quite well all through them, a couple of fillies that we've looked at. It's then really that we're at the same in the video. We're going to look at the fourth dam though, obviously. Legendary UK mare Salsabil, a mare born in 1987, sired by Sadler's Wells out of a Flame of Tara, an Irish bred mare sired by Artaeus. Salsabil raced 9 times in her career, 7 wins and 1 second, 8 out of 9 starts in the first 2. For career earnings of $1,297,114 US dollars in her career. And what a fantastic career it was. Triple Classic winner in 1990. She won the UK 1,000 Guineas, the UK Oaks and the Irish Derby. She also won the Group 1 at Prix Vermeil and the Group 1 at Prix Marcel Boussac of 1989 at 2. She also won the Group 3 Fred Darling Stakes as well, and another Prix Vermeil there, I think. So that's 2 Prix Vermeils. Very good horse. Multiple Group 1 winner with conquest in England, Ireland and France. Owned by Hamdan Al Maktoum and bred by Kilcarn Stud. Salsabil entered the history books when becoming the first filly in 90 years to win the Irish Derby in 1990. She sadly passed away in October 1996 from complications of colon cancer. What a filly she was, though. No taking that away from her. No taking it away from her at all. But then, you see, that's where we're at, because the Australian horse, Classic Watch from the other year, covered, is this horse here, Zeitung. And people can see there that Flame of Tara is actually the fourth dam of this horse as well. So obviously all of the progeny on this line up to then will be discussed in this video that I'm going to share. Zeitung is a filly, born in 2021 and sired by Exceed and Excel, out of a dam called News Story, who herself was foaled by Shamadal. Zeitung raced 14 times in her career, 3 wins, a second and 3 thirds. 7 out of 14 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of $357,575 Australian dollars in her career. I'm fairly certain she has retired now, but she was at her best a Group 3 winner. The race I identified her in when she won the Group 3 Vanity of 2024. She was also placed second in the Group 2 1,000 Guineas Prelude as well, and third in the Group 3 Hawkesbury Guineas and the listed Fireball Stakes. So regarding winning Classic, safe to say the horse did fall short for Godolphin, who also bred the horse. But yeah, she went round reasonably. But I was always sort of underwhelmed by how she ran once I identified her. And she finished second, then I thought, well, if that wins next time out, I'll include it. And then it won next time out. And I don't think the horse ever won again after that. But she was a decent filly in her own right, but not decent enough. One thing I will say, we'll take another look at the line historically quickly, is I did notice through some of the resources that I've since acquired that Salsabil, no Group 1 winner has been foaled this century on this dam line. You know, if people have the resources to show you them things, you know, they'll be able to see that quite clearly. So we could be going right down a dead alley here with this horse, you know, the same as we did with Zeitung 2 years ago. So this one might well be the last one that we see on this line for a while, unless it does the business here. Obviously, Marju's on the line as well there, let you see. Salsabil's older brother. This horse I found was quite interesting. I don't think we talked about this one in the video last time. Parthia won the 1959 Derby, sired by Persian Gulf out of a dam called Lightning, who was foaled in 1950 and sired by Hyperion. Parthia raced 12 times in his career, 6 wins, 2 seconds and a third. 9 out of 12 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of $125,852 US dollars at the time. Parthia won the Derby, like I said, the 1959 Derby. The horse was also third in the Dewhurst of 1958. The horse also won the listed D Stakes of 1959 and the Derby Trial. The horse was fourth in the UK St Leger. The 4-year-old career, I think the horse might have won the Jockey Club, the Great Britain race, the Paradise Stakes as well. Yeah, he did. Second in the Coronation Cup of Group 1 and also second in the Hardwick Stakes. So this horse ran some good races. Sire in Great Britain between 1961 and 1968. Sire in Japan after that, which is handy because you know where we're going after that. JBIS is back. Although I will say today it's very slow with the loading times today, but at least we can look today. Just a shame it wasn't there yesterday, wasn't it? When we looked at all those stallions that we needed to see. But this one here, you can see that Parthia was a very good stallion. Side the Oaks winner of 1969, look, the winner of the 1975 10-0 show as well, out in Japan. Fujino Parthia. Sleeping Partner was the 1969 Oaks winner side by this horse. Side the winner of the July Cup there as well, Parsimony. I bet there's some stallions on here. Taka Manutsuya High winner there of 1971. Chandali, another Sankei short so, Yimpo, Yonsai Himba. It's also signed a lot of decent winners. The winner of the 1970 Craven. Very interesting stallion. The Royal Lodge runner-up of 1966. So, yeah, this horse was decent on the track, Derby winner. and very good stallion in the early 70s, it's fair to say, Parthia. And you'll see that he's quite nicely on this line, sitting there between Sweet Aloe and Salsabil. But yeah, this line, even though it produced Salsabil, it's not a prolific source of winners by any stretch of the imagination. So let's chance another one, shall we? What's the worst that can happen? I do baffle myself sometimes in these videos. But so let's close a few tabs down now to save on CPU, shall we? And then we can watch the horse win twice. And then we will be able to get on with our lives, I think. We're going to go, like I said, all the way back to New Zealand in 2025 at New Plymouth to watch the horse Paltrow Miss win first time out on the 24th of May 2025. So let's take a look at that race now, shall we? And then we can see what we think.
He missed the kick. Escape Room goes back with Aurora Storm. Now, Princess Elsa wins the start. Paltrow Miss quickly up onto the scene. Remember, Ferrando right there third. Up on the inside, Ayumi, followed by Stay in Touch, and then Dirty Laundry, Escape Room. And Aurora Storm and the TAB Racing Club Silks is last of all. So it's Princess Elsa, the leader. She shows out a length and a half on Paltrow Miss and Ayumi, hugging the rail third. And then three wide, remember, Ferrando, splitting those runners. Stay in Touch as they work across the top. A couple of lengths away to Escape Room. Over on the outside of that, then Aurora Storm. He's trying to get going three wide, and back with him Dirty Laundry. Princess Elsa before the turn. Here's the favourite though. Levelling up. Paltrow Miss, and she looks to travel pretty well. Stay in Touch behind those, followed by Ayumi, and then Escape Room is picking up ground. Around the corner though, and Craig Grills gives the favourite her head as she shot to the lead. Paltrow Miss dashed a length in front over Princess Elsa. Ayumi the inside. Wider out, Escape Room running on, but it's Paltrow Miss in front with 100 metres to go. Oh, she looked pretty tidy at the trials. She looks even better in her race day debut, and the local filly by Circus Maximus bolts in the first. Paltrow Miss won it. Ayumi was second, and third over Princess Elsa. Escape Room not bad fourth, followed by Stay in Touch. Further back in the field has been Remember Ferrando, Dirty Laundry, and last in Aurora Storm. Too good. I think she's pretty tidy, this one, fully by Circus Maximus. It's Robbie and Craig. It's Robbie and Craig here in the Naki. And the filly by Circus Maximus. And gee, late you got 3:30.
That was a good performance, I thought. Yeah, I thought that was, like the commentator said, she travelled beautifully, didn't she, in the early stages of the race. And then when they came round the New Plymouth Bend, the jockey Craig Grills, who I think is one of the better ones in New Zealand, according to them. I've not really watched much of it over the years. I'm more of an Opie Boston man myself. But he rode it well. You know, asked her to strengthen, quicken, and she did. She hit a bit of a flat spot, I thought, towards the end. But it was only over 6 furlongs. And yeah, I thought the horse saw out the trip of 6 furlongs very well. And she won with a fair bit in hand on that day, I think. He mentioned that there was a local horse, the commentator then. It was then after that race that the horse was sold. That was the last time that the horse ran in New Zealand. It was then off for a year before the horse turned up in Sandown, on the 11th of March 2026 in a benchmark of 64 handicap for 3-year-olds. So before we wrap up the video, I think we are in a position to take a look at that race now as well, and then we will see what we think.
The Ive handicap, first leg of the quaddie here. They're ready and away they go. Beautifully, just missed it a beat. And also Paltrow Miss towards her inside is back in the field. Gold Coast Belle is going to jump beautifully and roll straight to the front. Beautifully kicked up to second. Paltrow Miss got a bit of a dig and gets to third on the outer. Followed by Eco Force, and next is Miss Revealing, Get On Her and Organics as they head towards the top corner. 1,000 metres to go. Gold Coast Belle is the leader from Beautifully, and Eco Force is third, the rails, and Paltrow Miss fourth. And they're 2 lengths Miss Revealing, followed by Organics a length off her and 3/4 of a length Get Honour. So it's the well-supported favourite, Gold Coast Bell. 800 metres to go, just being pushed here by Beautifully, and they're 2.5 Paltrow Miss outside of Eco Force. A length and a half to Miss Revealing, Organics and Get Honour as they run the corner. 600 metres to go, Gold Coast Bell from Beautifully, and they were followed a length and a half away by Paltrow Miss, who's had a pretty good run in transit, hooked to the outer. Then Eco Force, Organics tapped along. Miss Revealing's got a lot to do, and then Get Honour. So Nurse down the dip at the 400. Gold Coast Bell in front from Beautifully. Now on the outside, Paltrow Miss is going to give the favourite a race. So it's Gold Coast Bell at the 200 metres with Paltrow Miss moving up on the outside, and they set to a gap. Miss Revealing, Paltrow Miss under hands and heels, and Gold Coast Bell. They're stride for stride, but Paltrow Miss gets its neck in front, drawn away and won it by about a half length. Paltrow Miss has won it from Gold Coast Bell, then Miss Revealing, followed then by Beautifully, next Eco Force, and towards the end of the field, Get Honour and Organics. So it's going to be Craig Williams again. So winning with Bugsy earlier on, and then Everrain, and Paltrow Miss has done it well. Just missed the start a little, but just got a little dig and improved her position to put herself in the race. And I love the way she pinned her ears back, and she wanted to win. And she's worn down Gold Coast.
Again, you have to notice about this horse, the main thing really, I think, is how well the horse travels. You know, the horse travels into the race very well again there, didn't it? Over the extended furlong there, further than the debut. And I thought again that looked a very impressive performance, didn't it? Again, the horse doesn't really seem to find a lot. You know, he said hands and heels, but I thought that they thought the horse would pull away from that other horse, but it didn't. But again, Paltrow Miss got the job done on her second start. Took the theoretical step up from a New Zealand maiden to an Australian benchmark race in her stride that day, and she was unbeaten that day, 2 out of 2. Sadly, we know since then she's been beaten in a handicap at Caulfield on her third start. I don't like this screen; it's too white for the camera, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to have to look at other sites. But you see there, Paltrow Miss, 1,700 metres last time out, sadly beaten. Is this horse a classic horse? Well, I was a lot more confident last night than I was today, because obviously I got my resources out today and I found out that no horse, no Group 1 winner this year, this century, has been sired on that dam line. So that's obviously a tempered expectation somewhat, as it would. But the fact is that we have the other video that I forgot to include, didn't I? That's unusual of me. I think that's the first time I've ever had to do that. Let me pause the video and I will add it. The first time I've ever recorded and not done a little bit where I have to include the video afterwards. Hello everybody and welcome back. Yeah, well, Zeitung obviously was the Classic Watch horse in question that we talked about earlier in the video when I should have done this bit. But I've managed to pause the video and we will do it now. The reason this video is a bit shorter than most of the others is that Classic Watch 24 also did a video on Zeitung already. So I can just include the video for Zeitung as part of this video to stop me banging on about the same horses twice. It was just a shame I forgot to mention it at the right point in the video, wasn't it? But I will include the card to Zeitung, and I will do that now. And that will enable us to move on and go back to what I was saying. This horse here, Paltrow Miss, is this horse a classic horse? Well, like I said, I would rather more Group 1 winners sired on the dam line than there has been. I will touch on the stallion because it is an underrated horse. People see there it's a 1X horse. If people click on to, say, the 5th dam of the sire, Lady Winborn, they will see this horse is very good. Look, it's on the assignation section and Imperatrice, and then the next dam after that, the 11th dam of this horse is La Troyenne, I think. I know it does go back to that line, doesn't it? Am I on the wrong horse? Oh yeah, I'm on the wrong horse. My mistake. And there's Lady Winborn there. Look. It's actually, I'm on the dam side, so the sire side. You'll see there that La Troyenne is the 9th dam of this horse, Circus Maximus. And the horse did sire the New Zealand Derby winner, like I said earlier. So that's given me a little bit more hope than what I had when I found out that there wasn't as many Group 1 winners on the line as I like. But I've made the video now, and the Classic Watch 26 possible video will go onto the playlist. And I should imagine now the video has been made that if this horse does turn up later on this weekend in the South Australian Oaks, that you will see this horse on classicwatch26.great/site.net. Right, I think I can think about leaving the video here now. Thank you very much to everybody who's taken the time to sit with me while I make it. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. Interesting horse, although, yeah, safe to say there probably has been stronger horses in the Classic Watch process than this. But this horse has turned up, and because we had a video done already of a loser, might as well move not to mention another one, isn't it? But like I said, now I do know that about the Salsable line. Unless this one does the business, this might be the last one people see on this line for a while. What else can I offer you? An opportunity to watch the Classic Watch 26 Possibles playlist. I will add a copy of the playlist at the end of this video so people can watch more horses if they so desire. And I will also give you all an opportunity to subscribe to the channel as well. You have to do a bit of work with your YouTube notifications, but if that work is done, you will be able to set up YouTube so it notifies you every time I upload a video. You know, you won't miss any more videos on YouTube. Moving forward, I will mention the Patreon again quickly, Newman Racing on Patreon. Head over to that, it might be for you. But for now, I'm definitely thinking about ending this video here. Thank you very much to everybody for watching it. Yeah, an interesting weekend of racing coming up. It's been interesting today at Sandown in the UK as well. Classic Watch 24 Hope Scandinavia, the Ascot Gold Cup Hope, and the UK Legend winner, I think is out this week in a race that Coolmore like to start their best stayer off in. So it'll be interesting to see how Scandinavia gets on this week. But yeah, there's other races upcoming, the South Australian Oaks, and then leading in to the UK and the Kentucky Derby next week. So I'll leave this video here now. Have a fantastic weekend upcoming, everybody. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves and each other. Take care, look after your loved ones as well, and take care. I'll be back soon in some way, shape or form. But for now, goodbye.